Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, the jury is out. The fuse has been lit. Manchester Airport, guys, they got like the verdicts on the Manchester Airport thing. I've never heard this before in my entire life, guys, okay? They've got a no verdict reach result. Now, for those of you guys who've been following the channel, we've been talking about this. We've been talking about the Manchester Airport incident. Now, the Manchester, I will repeat this in a minute, guys, once people join. So the Manchester Airport incident, I do believe this is lit a fuse, guys. Now, this is from count 2 of Mohammed Fahir Ahmad. We are talking about the Manchester Airport incident now, guys, all right? So we have got a situation where I'm going to read you the charge sheet, and then I'm going to read you the verdict, guys, okay? Count 2, sorry guys, I struggle to say his name. Mohammed Fahir Ahmad and Mohammed Ahmad. Did you hear how I rolled my tongue there, guys? Did you hear how I rolled my tongue? You know what? You know when I go to the Middle East and I find myself speaking Arabic without thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I'm back at work. Anyway, so these two guys are charged with assaulting PC Zachary Marsden. Now, I know I said I wouldn't mention this guy's name out of respect for him. His name is plastered all over the media now, so I don't think I'm going to be doing him any disservice. However, the assault on the gentleman, PC Zachary Marsden, the gentleman who made I believe he made the arrest, there's been no verdict reached. Now, I don't know what this means, guys. I really don't know what this means. But apparently, you can go to court. You can be accused of something. They can put the hammer down and say, no verdict reached. What does that mean? Does that mean he's going to jail? Does that mean he's going to have a penalty for that? But no verdict has been reached on this, guys. So, but now, to me, that is the big one, guys. That's the big one. Because that, to me, anyway, my rudimental understanding of the legal system means that if, like we've said so many times on this channel, guys, if an officer comes to arrest you and they do not identify themselves, then it is fair game to throw hands at them. Now, there's been no verdict reached. It doesn't mean they're guilty. It doesn't mean they're not guilty. I don't know what that means. Is that like you're half guilty? Can you imagine going up to your boyfriend or girl? Well, if you're a lady and you're watching, please let me know if this would work. Imagine going up to your boyfriend and saying, I'm half pregnant, or I'm a little bit pregnant, or I'm not. You see where I'm going, guys? You're either guilty or you're not guilty. I don't know how these things happen, guys, where they've not reached a verdict, but it looks like they have. Let me just read you the counts, guys. Okay, I'll read you the counts. So the verdicts on the counts are, forgive my Arabic, Mohammed Fahir Ahmad is charged with the assault by beating of Abdullah Karim Hamza Abbas Ismail. Is guilty. Like, so this I'm assuming is the gentleman in Starbucks. I'll read you that again, guys. Count 1. Mohammed Fahir Ahmad is charged with the assault by beating of Abdullah Karim Hamza Abbas Ismail, sorry. So like you can imagine like honestly, guys, like what was this? I'm just gonna leave it there, guys. Proper Manchester names, them lad. Proper Manchester names like Noel and Liam. Anyway, we'll continue. Mohammed Fahir Ahmad and Mohammed Ahmad are both charged with assaulting PPC Zachary Marsden, occasion with actual bodily harm. No verdict reached. That's the one I'm going to focus on, guys. No verdict reached. Mohammed Fahir Ahmad is charged with assault in PC Lydia Ward. I think is she the rock and roll one? I don't know if she's the rock and roll one. PC Lydia Ward with occasional bodily harm, guilty. Mohammed Fahir Ahmad is charged with assaulting on emergency worker PC Ellie Cook by beating her. Guilty. I think this lady here, I think Lydia Ward, I may be wrong, I think she's the rock and roll one. But guys, listen, nothing good comes from this. Nothing good comes from this right now. And I don't think, hang on guys, I've got a message. I wanted to come on. I want to get on this live stream a little bit early, guys, but I was. Oh God, I've got 10 messages already. Jesus. Right, I'm just going to leave that. I'm not even going to look at that, guys. I'm not even going to look at that. I was going here a little bit early tonight, guys, but literally my phone went and I had to do a group call. Anyway, and do you know what the joke is? Do you know what the international duty joke is at the moment? Do you know what the international duty joke is at the moment? I'm not making this up, guys. The international duty joke, and everybody was talking about it from, where were we talking? India, Ukraine, Canada, and America. They're the people I had on the phone call then. The duty joke is that Keir Starmer had to present himself to Donald Trump when Donald Trump came over for a meeting. I mean, we've spoke about this before, but, you know, that is like a massive thing. That is a massive flex from Donald Trump, guys. And look, you know, I've spoke about this a few times before when these world leaders come to meet. Remember, behind the scenes, guys, behind the scenes, when these world leaders are talking, remember, I know because I kind of used to be one of them, they have all their strategic analysts behind the scenes. They're making things happen behind the scenes, behind closed doors. Remember, the real moves happen in the corridors. You know how you hear that, the corridors of power? What that really means is when you have these meetings between world leaders, the real stuff is happening behind closed doors where, I don't know, I would be sat there as, I don't know, whatever role I'd be filling, and I would have to find out X, Y, and Z from my opposite number from the other guy's team. We would come to an agreement. We would all be sat in a room, probably having some sandwiches and some coffee, a little notebook. Let me see if I've got one. Hang on, I might actually have one here for you guys to see. No, I don't have one. I don't have one to see. I used to always have a very elaborate notebook. I did. I always used to carry a very elaborate notebook. But in the corridors of power, that's where these things happen, guys. So behind the scenes, these people will be making things happen. Donald Trump's advisors will be speaking to the British advisors on a military concept now. So what I'm saying was what I've always said, the Friday after that world leader goes back to their home country, normally you get a big military movement. Now, it's normally the Friday after or the Friday after the Friday after. Now, what I'm going to say here is it's kind of midweek, hasn't it? Donald Trump's gone home on a Wednesday, so it could be this Friday. It could equally be next Friday. The reason that is because things will be said, and these things need to be said face to face. So the advisors from Donald Trump's side, they will not be communicating any of this via any type of encrypted communication. They will wait till they get back to the United States. They will brief people face to face, which is always the best. And then they will put that plan into action. Now, I don't know if this is going to come this Friday or next Friday, but it always happens on a Friday, guys. People, if you know it's going to happen, can make an absolute ton of money. That's why it happens on a Friday. But ladies and gentlemen, the fuse has been lit. The Manchester Airport attackers, the Manchester Airport verdict, the government, the Crown Prosecution Service, they're calling for a retrial. Guys, if this verdict, I mean, I don't even know what it means. I don't even know what a no verdict reach means. Oh, hang on, there's just been enough. Hang on. Hang on, guys. This has literally just come out in the last, what are we on? In the last 4 minutes. A host of Labour MPs are facing backlash for publicly backing Mohammed Fahir Ahmad after footage showing the police officer kicking a man went viral last summer. All right, okay, so yeah, it makes, yeah, look, guys, it's no shock to me, guys. It's no shock to me. Police chief supports retrial. Chief Constable of Manchester Police, Sir Stephen Watson, says the force is actively supportive of a retrial. I agree, guys. Look, we need to know. In the United Kingdom, we need to know, and look, guys, there's no easy decisions here. There's no easy ways forward. We need to know in the United Kingdom, Is it legal to throw? I look, guys. Right now, I don't know. Do you know why I don't know? And I'll tell you. I'll tell you for free. Oh, guys, let me share this picture with you. Let me share this picture with you, guys. You're gonna want to see this picture. Hang on. You're gonna want to see this picture. Hang on. Give me a second. What's that? The Express. There we are. Right, there we are. So let me share this with you. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second, and I will share this with you. Do you know why I'm going to share that with? Do you know why I'm going to share this with you? Because we are not streaming on TikTok, and I can do this stuff now. So, ladies and gentlemen, please. I guess we're on now. Can you do those things where you like, comment, subscribe, share my live? Because that really helps me out. I will come to the comments in a minute, guys. But look, so here we are. Close that. I don't want to pay. Right. So this is what I've just. So I've just been reading this, guys. So the Manchester Airport trial verdict. Do you know what? Let's watch this video. Let's watch this video. Do you know what? We're going to watch this video. I'm going to pause this at a few points. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. We are not. We're not going to watch the video because there's ads. We're not going to watch that because there's ads. What I'll do is, guys, I'll take that off. I'll do the ads and then we'll come back and then we'll watch the video. Now, so this is the guy here who has been, I don't want to say the verdict's out because it's not. The main one for me is this Marsden guy. Look at that face. Look at that face, guys. Look at him. Don't you question whether, like, I don't know, do you think like some of his family members may or may not have been related? I don't know, guys. Look at his head shape. I'm just going to leave it there. Look, I'm going to leave it there. Greater Manchester Police have released a new photo of Mohammed Fahir Amaz after he was found guilty of assaulting two female police officers, but not the male officer, guys. That is what is key. So right now, if you live in the United Kingdom, where are we, guys? Where are we? Look at him. Doesn't he look dashing? Look, guys. I don't want to go Sydney Sweeney on this. All right. I don't want to go Sydney Sweeney on this. Right. But look how dashing he looks. Look how dashing he looks. All right. So we've got people like this in our country. We've also got people like that in our country. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. I'm just going to leave it there. Right. Where's the, I want to get down to the convictions, guys. I mean, they've gotten both. They've gotten both. Right. Let me jump down. I'm pretty sure. There we are. So here's the thing right here, guys. All right. So here, this is the one that matters. Okay. So count two, Mohammed whatever his name is, is charged with assaulting PC Zachary Marsden. Now he's the gentleman who got hit quite a few times. He got knocked down. He's the one who did the kick and stamp. Now, no verdict has been reached. I don't know how often this is. I don't know how often this happens, guys. So if an officer comes to arrest you, remember this is what we was talking about. We said that I was talking about in live streams and I didn't know what was happening, and then I think it was this morning on the live stream I actually read it and I said, look, that is actually what the defense are claiming. So the defense are claiming, so these two gentlemen, fine, upstanding gentlemen, I can see. I mean, can you see their shoes on there? No, you can't. They had fantastic shoes on. So these two gentlemen were claiming that because the officers didn't identify themselves as police officers, it was an illegal arrest. They were just grabbed from behind. So if an officer tries to arrest you and you didn't hear him, or you can claim you didn't hear him, you know, and is it legal or not to throw hands? And no verdict has been reached. So I don't know. So as far as that's concerned, it's 50-50 at the moment, guys. It is literally 50-50 whether you can throw hands or not, guys. 50-50 whether you can throw hands or not. I don't know. I'm just giving you guys what the the media says, guys. I'm literally just giving you what the media says. Right, ladies and gentlemen, G on X is saying one got found guilty of most of them. Yeah, so the one that mattered here is the in fact, hang on, let me get rid of these ads and then we'll watch the video. Just get rid of the ads, guys, and then we'll watch the video. Can I play that? Yes. Oh, hang on. I don't know if I'm allowed to. I think I may get a restriction because this comes under the new restriction laws. Do you know what? I'm going to play it anyway. I'll play it anyway in a minute. So, yeah, let me go back to that, back to the comment. So the one that counts here is, we've all seen the footage. I know I have, and I'm assuming you guys have, and I hope you have. So the footage shows the police officer, the gentleman, he goes to arrest the guy, and he grabs his hand. I thought it was something else, but he didn't. I've actually, and you'll see it from the video here. He grabs his hand. When he grabs his hand, because he's not identified himself as a police officer, that's assault. That's what they're claiming. Now, I said earlier that everything else that happened after that would be, would be condiments. Now, so it turns out that gentleman, there has not been a verdict reached on that, like we just said. Now, I'm going to show you the footage now, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Please let me know what you guys think. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, we've been on for 16 minutes. Can you do me a real big favor? And it is a big favor. It's like the biggest favor that you can do me all day at least, except from this morning. Can you like, comment, subscribe, share the live? You guys have seen how many times I get banned. I get banned all the time off TikTok. And to be honest, guys, I don't think I'm going to be live streaming on TikTok again. It's just so restrictive. So can you help build these platforms, build my YouTube, build my X, like we built our TikTok together as a team, as a unity, as a group, and share my stuff, guys, because ultimately sharing my stuff, it really helps me out, guys. It pushes me up through the algorithm. It gets people knowing that people are interested in what we're talking about, and it really does help. And throw a comment in, guys. If it's your first time here, throw a comment in here. Enjoy the conversation. Let's see where we're going, because I genuinely, a lot of the times I'm doing these live streams, I'm talking, and you guys give me different angles, different perspectives, different different definitions of what I'm talking about. So let's go back now and we'll watch this video. Let's go back. We will watch the video. How do I do it? Yeah, that one. Give me a second, guys. Can you hear the bells? Right, let's make the screen big. Right, parental advisory. All right, so this trigger warning, ladies and gentlemen, these scenes may be distressing. So I'm going to play it, and I am going to stop it at various points. Normally, I'd let the video play, and then I'd go back and I'd stop it at various points. But I'm sure you guys have all seen it. So we are going to watch this, and then there's a cat just jumped up. Honestly, this place is anarchy. There's literally a cat just... So a cat has literally just jumped up on my chair outside, and he or she was just looking at me. He's like, what are you live streaming for? Anyway, we'll continue. Right, so let me just point out. So here you've got one, you've got two, and then you've got mum somewhere. I think mum, I don't know, it's mum somewhere. I believe it's mum. Anyway. Yeah. So mum, great haircut. Don't these guys from the Middle East? I mean, I was stood behind a Q80 man the other day in TK Maxx. And I was just looking at him, I was thinking, wow, your hair is so fantastically groomed. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, Aragon, the king of men, he didn't have that well-groomed hair. Anyway. Sorry, let me go. Let me go back. Is that playing? Is that playing? Yeah. Right, so he's going over. He's looking for some change. So what I'm assuming is now this guy may or may not be able to read English, and he can't understand how the ticket machine works. So this guy's come over to help him. Do you know what? I really want to voice over this. I really want to do a voiceover on this, but with my own captions. So the police officer arriving now. So hang on. So here we've got, I'm just kidding. Sorry. I'm going to let it play a little bit further. Right. They know they're in trouble now, right? It's like, oh, brother, today, they're going to proper arrest us now. Right. So where have we got it? So we've got, I believe, I may be wrong. I believe this guy is the PC Marston. I think this is, well, I don't know which, I don't know which one this is, but I want everybody to pay attention to this lady here because honestly, guys, she is rock and roll. She's rock and roll. Oh, look at Mama there. She's like, yeah, my boy's going to rock this. There. Did you see that? That was assault. I think that's what they're claiming, guys. Let me just rewind that a little bit. So watch this. So now, as we understand it from UK law, an officer has to identify themselves as an officer. I'm PC 123456 Raven. I'm arresting you on suspicion of thought crime. You do not, and then the rest of it, and then you could put their hands on it. Now, watch here. This is where I think the case fell apart. Watch him, he just grabs him straight away. There. Boom. That is what he's claiming was assault. That is what they're claiming was assault, and they're claiming that everything else that happened after this was self-defense, alas. Again, I don't know what you guys think, but I want you guys to keep eyes on this officer here. I don't know her name. It's either the two girls we talked about. Watch that officer. She is rock and roll. So she's taken a punch to the back of the head. Now, that is a massive thing, guys, taking a punch to the back of the head. Look, see how... Watch her body language. Watch that officer's body language, the one I just spoke about there, the girl. And look, guys, I've been very critical about girls in frontline roles, but this girl's rock and roll. Watch her body language here as she gets knocked back. There, did you see that as body language? She got knocked back, but she was not afraid. She got knocked back by somebody who's bigger, somebody who's stronger. This girl here, there's no way that she should be in the force. I mean, she needs to have a job. She needs to be like, I don't know. I think she should open OnlyFans or something. I think she'd be better at that. But this girl here, she is rock and roll, honestly. Watch her body language as we continue. She gets knocked down again. So she runs straight back in. You know, she gets knocked down again. She gets back up. She draws down. She's drawn down now. And at this point here, this guy, he's throwing bombs at the back of his head. And there you go. He went to sleep. So you see what we're talking about here, guys. Now, this to me, let's rewind it. Let's rewind. Let's do a rewind. There. So let's do a rewind to this here and the precedence that this sets. There, that's it there. That's it there. That's what they're claiming was assault. Because he didn't identify himself, because he didn't say I'm PC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm arrested. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I need to caveat this because I don't want to get my YouTube banned as well. I don't want to get my ex banned. So what I'm saying here is that is what they're claiming, that officer, and to be fair, that is what the law says as well. So that officer should have gone up to him and said, excuse me, sir, my name's officer 123456 or Marston or whatever his name is. I'm again, I don't know what the correct terminology would be. I'm arresting you on suspicion of whatever the potential assault may be. And I think if that had have happened, I think he would have been guilty. Not guilty, guilty, no decision, guilty. And then I will let this play out now, guys. I said I may stop it as well. So, I mean, let's just be realistic, guys, all right? If this was you, I mean, don't forget his big brother. I mean, I think they may have thought that was the McDonald's machine. Him and his big brother, they may have whatever. At what point do they not know that they're police officers? I don't know. But yeah, apparently they don't know they're police officers. Whatever. honestly, that girl there is useless. She's like a chocolate fire guard. Although she does make up, she's fantastic. You see that? He drew down his taser and he got attacked from the back. Discuss, like, honestly, that sort of stuff, guys, that is, you know, that when you're teaching, when you teach dynamic entry, this is the sort of stuff that, like, you teach people, right? If somebody does something from behind, you can't let them do that again. If somebody comes from you from behind, I mean, I think he's got I don't know, I think he had a Glock 17 or something. 9mm pistol. Like, sorry guys, I said I'd let it roll, didn't I? But I keep stopping it. And then he goes to sleep, look. Right, at this point here, guys, all right, what you've got to understand is this guy here, look, he doesn't want none of it. He's like, yeah, I'm not playing these games anymore. Okay, this guy here, he's now got a history of attacking people from behind at any opportunity, right? He has. We've seen that. He's attacked officers from behind. There's an officer, I don't know, maybe down here just off the camera. She's got a broken nose. She's crying. In fact, actually, I think she's been taken around and she's going, ooh, you've all seen the images. He's attacked this officer. He's attacked this officer. They need to control this situation. Like, what other options does this guy have? He's already been tased. I mean, what would be the other option? I mean, he's got a 9mm pistol there. What would be the other option right now, guys? All right, he needs to control this situation. Did he just jab her in the face? Did he just pistol jab her? Let me just rewind that. I don't know if he just pistol jabbed her. Did he pistol jab her? I don't know. I don't know if he's pistol jabbing his mum. Anyway, guys, you've all seen the footage. What I'm getting at here, guys, is the assault against this officer here, Marsden. They've not reached a verdict on that. Now, if they don't reach a verdict on that, I don't know what that means. I genuinely don't know what that means, guys. I really don't know what that means. It could mean a lot of things. It could mean you might be able to assault a police officer. And it also means you might not be able to assault a police officer. I don't know, guys. But, you know, the verdict is out, or the verdict's back. Not guilty. I don't know. Not guilty. It's unbelievable, guys. The main one here is the one that they've not come to a verdict on. So no verdict reach on attack whether Mohammed Fakir Ahmaz and Mohammed Ahmad are charged with assaulting PC Zachary Marsden, occasioning, I don't even know what that means, occasioning actual body harm. No verdict reached. What does that mean? Does that mean in future, if a police officer comes to arrest me and they just grab me, am I allowed to throw bombs? Or am I not allowed to throw bombs? I don't know, guys. I don't know. Would this be signs and symptoms of two-tier policing? I don't know, guys. Listen, it's a crazy world we're living in at the moment, guys. It's a crazy world we're living in at the moment. Tracy Leyland is saying, so is he in jail? So the trial's not ended yet, and I think they're waiting for sentencing. So they've got guilty, and no verdict reached. Manchester Police, as I believe it, are wanting, the Crown Prosecution Service, the Crown Prosecution Service are asking for a retrial, and I think they need a real retrial on this, guys. I really do, because what we're saying here is if there's no verdict reached on this guy Zachary Marsden, I need to stop looking at that mugshot, guys. I'm just triggering myself. I don't care. I'm not on TikTok now, guys. I'm not on TikTok now. I don't have to watch my P's and Q's. Ladies and gentlemen, with that little bombshell, letting you guys know I'm banned all the time. I get videos demonetized. I get absolutely swizzled like a dizzle. All right, I don't care. Can you guys do me a real big favor? Like, comment, subscribe if you've not done so already. And the biggest thing that you guys can do is share my lives, all right, guys? That really helps me out. When you share my live streams, when you share my content, when you guys comment, especially when you comment after the videos as well, you comment once they've been uploaded, really does help me out, guys, as well. Something else of notable note is population increase in England and Wales. Here we have it, guys, okay? Official figures show an estimated 61 million people, 61.8 million people living in England and Wales mid-2024, up from 61.1 million the year before. We are doing fantastic, guys. We are doing fantastic. We are bringing all these new people into our country. Absolutely fantastic. The population of England and Wales has grown more than 700,000 in the last year. The change was largely fueled by international migration, with natural change, the difference between births and deaths, accounting for only a small proportion. Oh, right, okay, it's not what I thought then. Oh, right, no worries. This is the second largest jump, a numerical jump, since 1949, when comparable data began. Oh, yeah, so we're jumping up, guys. Loads of people now living in the United Kingdom. Loads of new people, new taxpayers in the United Kingdom. Lots of new people in the United Kingdom, all paying taxes. We're all paying taxes. We're all driving the economy. We all want to be British. We all want to have a cucumber sandwich while we're watching the cricket. We want to have a nice cold beer watching at your look, guys. Listen, tell me, can anybody think of a better weekend than this? Sat there at your local cricket field with your mates, watching some people you don't really know play cricket, drinking beer. You've got the cricket house has done a little bit of a spread. You've got chicken sandwiches, you've got cucumber sandwiches, you've got prawn vol-au-vents. Like, can anybody think of a better way to spend their summer? I don't know. And I know that this mass increase in people is going to mean that a mass increase in people wanting to share the British dream. Right. Sorry, guys. I'm just ranting, aren't I? I'm just ranting, guys. Matt is saying, I guess if you honestly didn't know if it were police, you can throw hands to protect yourself. It's good to know. So listen, guys, so what we're talking about here is the Manchester 2. I really want to do a voiceover, guys. I want to do a voiceover to the video we've just seen. I really want to do a voiceover, the best Manchester accent I can. Hey lad, this McDonald's machine. What's Manchester accent? Hey lad, this McDonald's machine's not working. Brother, it's not the McDonald's machine. This is the taxi. Taxi we've got to pay. We've got to get Brother Mohammed to come out here for the taxi. No. This is McDonald's, Mrs. McDonald's. No. Oh no. Boys, look out! The police are here! Oh, watch out for you, boys! The police are here! Right, you're coming with me. It's all gone wrong! Oh, please don't turn my face! I'm going out this weekend! Like, I'd love to do a voiceover. I would. I'd love to do a voiceover. But look, guys, okay, on a serious note, all right? This precedence of PC Zachary Marston, them not coming to a verdict, to me, that says if you assault a police officer, if a police officer tries to arrest you and you don't know they're a police officer, or you can prove you don't know they're a police officer, and how would you prove that? I don't know. And you can prove that you had reasonable doubt that they were a police officer, you can throw hands. That's what he's saying to me. That is what he's saying to me. That's why they need a retrial, guys. Look, guys, all right, the ramifications of this trial are absolutely huge, guys, up and down the country. Four Paws are saying, as a mum of two boys, I would not have mentioned what happened on the flight, as I know what would happen. She started the altercation, the mother. Yeah, that's an interesting, that's an interesting aspect. So the mum on this flight, apparently there was, look guys, I don't know, I wasn't there, but apparently there was an altercation on the flight. The mum got off and the mum's like, boys, I've been assaulted on this flight, you need to defend my honor, or something like that. So the boys go up, headbutt the guy. I don't know, guys. Look, I've not got access to all the evidence. All I know is what you guys know as well. Coming back to the main event, guys. I do think it's key. And there needs to be a verdict reached on this PC Zachary Marsden, because we need to know, don't we? I need to know, and you guys need to know, if the police come to try and arrest you and you throw hands, you need to know if it's legal or not, because that's literally what's happened. I obviously thought it was illegal to throw hands at a police officer that was trying to arrest you, but we genuinely don't know. Donna Albison is saying, what happened at Manchester Airport? Donna Albison, are you winding me up? Donna Albison, are you still on? Are you winding me up, Donna Albison? We're talking about the Manchester Airport incident where people were throwing hands at police officers. And and apparently it's all above board. It's all legit. If an officer doesn't, right, okay. Lone Wolf Prepper is saying he's been found guilty. Yes, he's been found guilty, but hang on, let me get this up. So in response to Lone Wolf, I keep seeing his mugshot. In response to Lone Wolf Prepper, where it says he's been found guilty, yes, he's been found guilty, but not of all offences. So he's not been found guilty of attacking PC Zachary Marsden, who I believe was the initial arresting officer. So the guy, I don't know if you're just jumping on or not. So how we was watching the video and the officer comes up, he grabs the guy, and then he throws hands. There's no verdict being reached on that. So yes, guilty to assaulting Lydia Ward, guilty to assaulting PC Ellie Cook. Yes, guilty to assaulting, I'm going to have to say it, Abdul Karim Hamza Abbas Ismail, sorry. Guilty to assaulting all those people, but the one that's going to count as a legal precedence, guys, and the one that all the direction is going towards, this officer, Zachary Marsden, no verdict's been reached. With him, guys. So, is it legal to throw hands at him? I don't know, because the verdict's not been reached. I don't know. I obviously thought it was illegal to throw hands. I did, guys. I thought it was illegal to throw hands at a police officer if they were trying to arrest you. But apparently, we don't know. It's like it might be illegal. Also, it might not be illegal. Can you imagine now? Excuse me, let me take this comment down. Can you imagine now, guys, moving forwards, every time a criminal's arrested and they try and fight their way out of it, all they need to do is say, oh, he didn't identify himself as a police officer. That's literally all they need to do, guys. They need to reach a verdict on this. And the verdict needs to be guilty. It really does. Otherwise, it's just going to open up a whole can of worms, like we kept saying. John is saying, I cannot believe you were even asking that question. Wow. Exactly, guys. Wow. 2T policing at its best. They were looking that the police officers just used tasers, in my opinion, especially in an airport. Yeah, guys. So, John, look, guys, I can guarantee if they were military, there'd be no trial, because I'm not going to say what I was going to say. All right, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. If that had been military guys going in there, it would have been a totally different kind of worms. Or the gentleman in question wouldn't have been able to, wouldn't be giving evidence. That's all I'm saying. Lord of Langwith is saying, oh, hang on. Well, we're talking, hang on, guys. You guys are talking, hang on. Oh, so James is saying, were they on a Jet 2 holiday? Yeah, I think they need to redub it, don't they? They need to dub this over with Jet 2 holidays. We've got extra baggage and room compartment. If you don't want to pay your fares, don't worry about it. Just have a fight in Starbucks Airport and you'll get off with everything. But look, guys, okay, another aspect of this that nobody's talking about. If they've not reached a verdict with this PC Zachary Marsden, it keeps, if this verdict is not reached, and it's not, if it, for example, if it's a guilty, fine. If it's a not guilty, it leaves the door open for Mohammed Famia Amaz to put a claim in against Manchester Police or Manchester Airport Police or whatever they are, to put a claim in against Manchester Police for assault. Because the jury's already out. The jury's already said it. It's already been through jury. Can you imagine that, ladies and gentlemen? Can you imagine seeing that mugshot all over and saying, yeah, he's got like 200 grand compensation, and then, yes, we deserve, or whatever it is. Because don't be under any illusion, guys. You know, these people, these barristers, they don't care about our country. They just care about making money. Each and every time, guys, all right? I had to go through, well, I didn't have to go through this myself, but I witnessed this firsthand with the Northern Ireland inquiries. So the Northern Ireland inquiries about Bloody Sunday. I joined 1st Battalion Parachute Regiment, and it was 1st Battalion Parachute Regiment that were involved in the bloody, let me just get you up the Google. Let me just get, I know this is a sore subject, guys. I'll probably get some veterans coming on there saying, Sean, that's not what actually happened. I don't want to argue with them. Let me just get this up. I'll give you the definition. So I'm going to read you this, guys, off AI. Bloody Sunday in Northern Ireland refers to the events of January the 30th, 1972, when British soldiers shot and killed 13 unarmed civilians. Were they unarmed? During a civil rights march in Derry. The 14th person died later from his injuries. The march was organised to protest against internment without trial, a policy that allowed the authorities to imprison people without charge. The incident became a key event in the Troubles, the period of conflict in Northern Ireland. I don't like that definition, guys, because I do know a lot of information about this that I don't want to talk about. Yeah, here we are. The march that had been organised by Northern Ireland Civil Rights Association to protest against the interim without trial, the soldiers were from the 1st Battalion, the Parachute Regiment. The same battalion implicated in the Ballymurphy massacre several months before. I'm just saying, guys, I'm reading this off Wikipedia. Yes, I was a member of the 1st Battalion, the Parachute Regiment, but I joined in 99, well after all of this, guys, all right? But what I do know is I know first, I've spoken to people who were there. I've spoken to people who were there at that time, guys, all right? And their recollection of that was totally different. I don't even know where I was going with this. Where was I going with this, guys? Why did I just go on a tangent on this? I can't remember why I went on a tangent on that. But anyway, seeing as we're on a tangent on that, guys, seeing as I went on a tangent, can you guys please do those things that really help my channel out? Like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, all those things down there. And ladies and gentlemen, can you please share my lives? That really helps me, guys. It really does help sharing my lives. Right. Where was I? I can't remember where I was going with that, guys. I really can't. Linda Clark is saying, I remember that show in 1972. It was really awful. It was really awful. Ah, right, that's where I was going. So these people, you know, what I was going on about is I've seen this with the Northern Ireland inquiries, how legal teams, legal companies, they don't care about the verdict. No, they don't care about the verdict. Like the solicitors, the legal teams, they don't care whether it's a guilty or not guilty. These solicitors, these barristers, these legal companies, remember, Sadiq Khan was one of these. These legal firms, they don't care what verdict is reached. All they care about is how much money they can get off the government in legal aid. That's the reality, guys. And if you go to them and you say, I've got a case, they will just like, yeah, we can do that. We can put in the application. We get legal aid. I get a ton of money. These guys get due legal procedures, and then everything's fine. That's all they care about, guys. Everything's about money, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately. Shut up. Oh my God. Guys, I was talking about this earlier on. I said it was suspicious. Guys, this is bonkers. This is absolutely bonkers. If you guys were on my live stream, right, let me get this. We need to change tack really quickly. You guys, I was on the live stream, wasn't I, earlier? I looked at this on the live stream. I said, yeah, there's a volcano there. This looks suspicious. Give me a second, guys. Straight away, I'm calling that this is some sort of weather weapon, guys. I'm calling this as some sort of weather weapon. Hang on, guys. Volcano. Yeah, there we are, guys. Wow. What am I going to go with? Huge volcano erupts in Russia's far east, starts erupting after huge Pacific earthquakes. Guys, what do we think? Put it in the chat, because I need to run into the house quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, can you put this into the chat? What do you think this is? Do you think this is some sort of weather weapon? Do you think this is some sort of weather manipulation weapon? Or do you think it just happens to be a volcano and then an earthquake, then a volcano? Put it in the chat, guys. I need to run the house. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm back. I'm just putting a light on. Sorry, guys, a little bit longer than 2 seconds. I do apologize. I need to get the light because I was just conscious that the light was fading outside. Right, okay. Just reading this in real time. It's mad. It's mad that this didn't show up on the mainstream, guys. Mad that this didn't show up on the mainstream. Russia's Klychkov's volcano has erupted following a powerful earthquake in the Pacific on Wednesday. So, if you guys were on the descent, scientists described the descent of burning lava down the slopes of one of the world's highest active volcanoes hours after a huge 8.8 magnitude earthquake rocked the region, prompted tsunami waves in the Pacific. So first of all, guys, like what everybody needs to understand is how big an 8.8 magnitude on the Richter scale earthquake is. It's huge, all right? It's absolutely massive. The tsunamis that hit the shores, I don't know the ferocity of them, and I have seen a little bit of footage, but doesn't look that devastating, does it? Those tsunamis that hit. So where did that energy go? You know, what really was it? And look, guys, you know, where we are right now, global conflict, industrial scale, new weapons being used, new weapons being tested, all sorts of technology that we don't even understand, I would suspect is being used. Can weather be used as a weapon? Which I guess this would be, or geology, I guess. We know that cloud seeding is real, and we know that making it rain or making it dry is real. So the next step would naturally be, can we make earthquakes erupt? Again, that would be the, you know, and I would speculate that people have put a lot of time, effort, money, and resources into that. So then, so the earthquake, sorry, the volcano is erupting. The Russian Academy of Sciences United Geographical Service confirmed the eruption, stating on Telegram. Interesting that they went on Telegram, not X. A descent of burning hot lava is observed on the western slope. Powerful glow above the volcano explosions. Okay, so it's not gone massive. Right, okay, it's not gone massive. Right, okay. Right, it may just be dribbling out. It may just be dribbling out. But look, guys, I'm not writing anything off at the moment. I'm really not writing anything off because, like, so much crazy stuff is happening in the world right now. So much absolute bonkers stuff is happening in the world right now. Like, I'm genuinely not writing anything off, guys. Absolutely nothing. Let me just refresh this screen. Give me a sec. Right, let me jump up. Rocketman Gaming. Oh, hang on. Rocketman Gaming is saying, but the waves only 3 to 4 foot tall. Apparently doesn't seem right for that scale of earthquake. Maybe I'm wrong. Rocketman Gaming, that is I don't know if you was on the live stream earlier. So that is exactly what I was saying. You know, I'm not an expert, guys. I'm not claiming to be an expert. All right. So literally take everything I'm saying with like a big dose of salt. But 3 to 4 foot waves just doesn't seem right for an earthquake of that size. You know, I'll go with you there as well. Donna Olbison is saying, never hear of Russia with tsunamis. No, I agree. And volcano, and all of a sudden, boom, there are. Something definitely wrong. Look, guys, I don't know if this is a weapon. I don't know if this is an act of God. I don't know what it is. But yeah, it just seems strange, guys. It really does. It just seems strange. There's actually a petition out at the moment, guys. There's a petition out to deport. So there is a petition out to deport the Manchester brothers. There's a petition out to deport the Manchester brothers. Please sign if you can. If Unserious was a football club, it would be Manchester United. Right, doesn't really make sense. I'm just trying to find what people are thinking about the Manchester attackers, guys, okay? I bet you were on the side of Manchester Airport attackers until the full videos came out. Yeah, there is a petition out, guys, to deport them. I mean, nobody, like, a petition's not going to get, petition's not going to do anything. Lots of people sharing that petition, though, guys. A phenomenal amount of people sharing that petition. What? Honestly, there's some strange comments on YouTube, on X, guys. Some strange comments, like really strange comments on X. And I'm looking at a lot of these comments, and I'm genuinely thinking about subversion. I'm like, a lot of these comments, a lot of these comments, I think these are bots, guys. I'm not going to read them, but I'm just trying to scroll down now, and I'm just looking at them, and like the mush I'm seeing, it's unbelievable. Right, I'm not even going to give it any more thought, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I'm going to close that window down. John Thistlethwaite is saying, can the weather be used as a weapon? Yes. Just look up, my friend, at what they are doing our summer. They could make it rain torrential. They wanted, yeah. Weather can definitely be used as a weapon, guys. It's old technology. I think this was trialed initially in the UK, in Devon somewhere, like after the Second World War. I actually think it was 633 Squadron. You know, the Dam Busters. I think they were the guys who trialed it. I may be wrong on that, but I'm definitely right on saying it was trialed in the UK. So the Americans came over after the Second World War, and they wanted to start with weather manipulation. Now, I think they need to spray silver nitrate into the atmosphere, and what that will do is it makes it rain. What they did is there's a small. Let me Google this, because I don't want to get done for fact checking. Let me just say, I'm going to do a rudimental search here, guys. Yeah. 1952, guys. So it's in 1952. I'm just going to read you this. RAF rainmakers caused 1952 flood. Unearthed documents suggest experiment triggered torrential rain that killed 35 in Devon disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why you guys are on here, isn't it? You guys are on here with me because I don't research stuff. You know, I don't research stuff. I don't get a thing and then come back a couple of days later and do a jump cut video. I do it in real time. So I knew this happened after the Second World War. So I'm just going to read you this article. It's a little bit old. So we're talking about can weather be used as a weapon? And I would say yes. I would say yes, it can be used as a weapon, and yes, it is being used as a weapon. Unearthed documents suggest that experiment triggered the torrential rain that killed 35 in Devon disaster. On August 15th, 1952, one of the worst flash floods ever to have occurred in Britain swept through the Devon village of Lynmouth. 35 people died as a torrent of 90 million tons of water, 90 million tons, wow, of water, and thousands of tons of rock poured off saturated Exmoor into the village, destroying homes, bridges, shops, and hotels. The disaster was officially termed the hand of God. That'd be a good name for it, wouldn't it, if you could manipulate the weather? But new evidence from previously classified government files suggests that a team of international scientists working with, it was British and American, working with the RAF was experimental with artificial rainmaking in southern Britain in the same week and could possibly be implicated. Absolutely, guys. So, 1952, for me, 1952 is the earliest recorded incidence of weather manipulation as a weapon. And of course, if you can manipulate the weather, what's the next natural step? Well, what about volcanoes? What about earthquakes? Can we do them? What about thunder? What about lightning? Can we make that strike certain places? Of course, there's money put into this, guys. Of course. It's called non-conventional warfare. Airports have been suspended now because what are they saying actually? So Heathrow, James is saying Heathrow, Gatwick, and other airports suspended flights. Basically today, guys, there's been a problem with flights leaving the UK. Now they're blaming this on a technical error, but when I hear technical error, what I really hear is, right, is this really a technical error or is this some sort of hack? The reality is we don't know. From now, it's saying strip them of their British citizenship and deport. Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it, guys? It's unbelievable. Look, guys, the crux of this for me is going to be that PC. So, guys, if you're just joining for the first time, we're talking about the Manchester Airport. Well, it's not alleged anymore, is it? It's not alleged. We can confirm. We can confirm now. At least one of the gentlemen did throw hands at the police officers, and he did assault police officers. We can confirm that now. We can confirm that it's not me. It's not alleged anymore. It's been proven. The main thing for me, guys, is this PC Zachary Marsden. No verdict has been released. So, are we allowed to throw hands at a police officer that tries to arrest us if they don't say, "Hello, my name is PC 123 Marsden. I'm arresting you on suspicion of thought crime"? If they don't say that, is it fair game to throw hands? I don't know. And you know what, guys? The country doesn't know. You see where I'm going with this? Because there's been no verdict reached, we don't know. If the verdict of guilty had been reached, then, which is what I thought should have been reached, then it's illegal to throw hands at a police officer, which I think is fair. When I'm saying that statement, guys, I think that's fair. Up and hitherto, I thought that was a fair statement. But now, with this legal case, no verdict reached, if somebody was to ask me, "Sean, in the UK, can you legally punch a police officer?" Right now, we have to say, I don't know, because we don't. Because no verdict has been reached. That's what we have to say, guys. And that's like a lot of people, I think, are missing the point on this. A lot of people are not understanding the actual ramifications of this. Because if it comes out that if it comes out that this is not guilty, then that means that it is fair game to throw hands at a police officer if they don't, if they don't identify themselves as if they don't identify themselves as a police officer. That is literally what this legal case means, guys. All right. Obviously, thinking about it now in hindsight, the other two, the two girls that were standing around, that's in that context, that would be like him just throwing hands at them if they were standing at the side of the street. But it's this officer that went to arrest him, guys. All right. So if they get a not guilty, then that literally means that you can throw hands at any police officer that tries to arrest you if you don't hear him say, "I'm PC 1." Can you imagine, like, you're in a scuffle? You're in a scuffle, and you're trying to get a kebab or something, or a pizza, or a piece of chicken, and like you're in a scuffle, and a police officer grabs you and you knock him out. That would be fair game. That would be fair game. You see what this opens up. That wouldn't be assault on a police officer. Nothing, because they assaulted you first. That's self-defense. You see what kind of a can this opens up if this does get a not guilty. And remember, guys, he's not got a guilty. He's not got a not guilty. He has got a no verdict reach verdict. I don't know how often a no verdict gets reached, but that's what we are, guys. That's where we are in the United Kingdom. Lucy Connolly is a political prisoner. Yes, I believe she is. I believe the problem with Lucy Connolly is she pleaded guilty early. She pleaded guilty. These guys have pleaded not guilty, and look, guys, it just shows you, do not. Guys, I'm not going to give anyone legal advice. I'm certainly not qualified. Reggie 214. Hang on, Reggie 214. Did Reggie? Hang on. Oh, Reggie. Bit suspect to me all. Reggie is saying bit suspect to me all of a sudden. Oh, hang on. I've just read in the Mirror, Lucy Connolly to be freed in weeks. She should have never been in prison in the first place, guys. She should have never been in prison in the first place. Absolute insanity. Like the fact, guys, that we have people in jail in the United. I mean, I bet Trump had something to say about that. I bet he did. What are the odds that Trump had something to say about that behind the closed doors? Like, guys in the chat, what do we think? Do we think Donald Trump had anything to say about that? Like, knowing Donald Trump, how you know him? Did you think he said, "Here, you got a girl in prison, Lucy Connolly, for tweets? Man, I tweet crazy stuff all the time. I should be in jail lots of times. Get her out. I want her out by the end of the week. I'm not going to send you those guns." Like, maybe something like that. And look, I heard a rumor as well. I heard a rumor. This is just a rumor. In fact, I'm not even going to try and get it up. That Donald Trump is hinting that he could be the first minister of Scotland. Have you guys heard that? Donald Trump could be the first minister of Scotland. I mean, I don't. Remember when I was? Can you guys remember? Can you guys remember when I was saying the United Kingdom, like England, Ireland, Scotland, and I mean Ireland as in the whole of Ireland, England, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales, 2030, after this is all over, are going to become part of America? Oh, Sean, you're crazy, that's never going to happen. And then Donald Trump wants to take control of Iceland, he wants to take control of Canada, and now he's talking about taking control of Scotland. What do we think, guys? Do we think there's more weight now than there was? And when I said it, I sounded crazy. So when I tell you guys that I think this asteroid that's coming in 2029 is going to be catastrophic, what do we think, guys? What do we think? I don't know. Reggie201 is saying Trump probably hysterically laughing at us. The duty joke at the moment, guys, the duty international joke right now is Keir Starmer. I was just on a, hang on, let me see how many group chats I've got. Right, I'm only 12. Okay, 12 since I looked at it last anyway. So the duty international joke is that Keir Starmer had to go and visit Trump when Trump came to the United Kingdom. Like, how wild is that, guys? A world leader came to the United Kingdom and our leader had to go and see him. Absolutely phenomenal, guys. Absolutely phenomenal. We are in wild times. Lisa Jane is saying, I will put my money on POTUS 45 said more than just a mention of Lucy Connolly. He certainly made it clear that he didn't like the mayor of London. Yeah, look, guys, I mean, you know when look, guys, what we've got to take a step back. We've got to understand subversion. It's all part of a plan. It's all part of a process. It's part of a plan to have Eurasia and what is it? What's the two in what's Oceania? Oh God, man, what's going wrong with my memory? I need some of those. I need to have some of those more of those lines, man. Mushrooms. Oceania and Eurasia. It's all the plan to bring Oceania and Eurasia in, guys. It really is. Tracy Layard is saying, I don't think Trump is too worried about England, otherwise he would have opened a new golf course. I think, yeah, it's a massive thing that people are missing. People are missing the point that Trump came to the UK, he didn't go to London, Keir Starmer had to go and visit him, and, you know, it's bonkers. But look, guys, let's just understand the reality. Normally, and I'm going to close it down now, guys, because I've got work to do. Let's just understand the reality, guys. And I've said this in lots of videos, I've said this in lots of live streams, but normally, when a world leader meets another world leader and they get to have a face-to-face conversation, in the context of where we are now, Ukraine, Russia, the United Kingdom, coalition, these things have not gone away, guys. These conflicts have not gone away. They're still happening. It's just the mainstream media are not reporting on them. Normally, after that happens, either the next Friday or the Friday after, you usually get a big military deployment, a big military movement. Now, this happens for a number of reasons. First of all, the real power is in the corridors of power. So Trump's, again, I don't know what the actual names will be, but Trump's international military attaché, I don't know what his real title will be. It doesn't really matter. Might be John, Mike, Fred. He will have been behind those scenes for a long time, before Trump and probably after Trump, and definitely after Trump as well. He will come over and he will meet with the opposite British number. They probably met each other a ton of times. They were probably on operations. They were probably on Operation Desert Storm together. And these guys will have grown up together. They will have been in similar operations together. They will know each other. They will have a rapport. And when Trump and Starmer are meeting behind closed doors, those two guys will be saying, yeah, right. So the Russians are going to push next weekend. They're probably going to push on Friday. If you guys can get your tanks in, they're going to go no further than Pokrovs. They're going to take over Pokrovs next Friday. So what you guys can do is get your, and they'll be discussing it like that. And they'll be right, okay. And then they'll come out and they'll make very obscure movements, but because they know what's happening. And though speculation, analysis, is an opinion, guys. Take of it with a pinch of salt. But normally, what I'm getting at, the Friday after, so that's one of the reasons. So the Friday after or the Friday after the Friday after. Remember, he's gone back on a Wednesday. So when the opposite number in America gets back to the US, he's going to have to brief his guys face to face because you just can't do these things over the phone. It's too risky. You'll go into a secure room. You'll all put your mobile phones outside. You'll probably be inside a Faraday cage, and you'll be able to have a meeting, and you'll be able to discuss things face to face. That's how it works, guys. You can't hack face to face yet. Equally, the same thing will be happening on the British side. So the British attaché will be briefing his guys up, probably some special forces guys, and he'll be saying, right, you guys need to get to Ukraine now, and you need to brief those guys up. And the time that elapses from Wednesday, that gives them Wednesday. He left, so they probably had the meeting Tuesday. There's not going to be enough time. So it may be next Friday. I don't know. But anyway, guys, you can see things are coming. And then it will happen on a Friday, because if the stock market goes up or down, and you know it's going to go up massively or down massively, you can make a ton of money. When these people are sat there and they're like, right, what day shall we do it? And they're like, well, if we do it on a Monday, we won't make much money, but if we do it on a Friday, we'll make a ton of money. What are you going to choose? You're going to do exactly the same thing. You're just going to do it on a Friday. You're going to make a ton of money. Also, if you push these things through on a Friday, less people are at work. People are trying to Skype. People are trying to get off early. Like, you would be shocked. You'd be shocked about how limited the security is on some military bases on a weekend, guys. It's unbelievable. It's kind of why when I did that video and I said, listen, guys, look, guys, I've got credible intelligence that I think there's going to be an attack on a UK airbase. I said military base. And in the chat, what I said is a military bit. I said aircraft could be attacked. And lots of people were in the comments saying, oh, but Sean, the guys will just shoot them. The guys will just shoot them all lethal. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. That's literally not how it works. You've got to understand how these processes work. It takes time for these things to happen. It takes time to deploy guys. It takes time to put people in the right position. You don't just click a button and then you've got like 12 guys running out of a room in full kit screaming at you in a Land Rover. It takes time. It takes time, guys, all right? This is what people don't understand, the time that it actually takes for these things to happen. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been fantastic. I need to swizzle off now because I've got lots of work to do. I will be back live tomorrow morning at 10. Don't be late. And guys, listen, can you do me one real big favor? Can you do me a big favor? Share my YouTube videos, share my X posts, share my stuff, like, subscribe, comment, all those things, all those great things that help this channel. Bell notification. I am going to hopefully be live on these, on YouTube, live on X every day at 10 in the morning and 8 at night, or maybe just a bit before 8. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hang on. Oh, Lisa Jane is saying Parliament watchdog announces investigation into Nigel Farage. Ladies and gentlemen, on that bombshell, we'll be talking about that tomorrow morning. On that bombshell, we will be gone, and I'll see you in the morning.